Back on Earth, the night sky was calm and quiet. But beneath the surface, something powerful was waking up. Secret military base. Underground. Deep inside a hidden bunker, rows of soldiers trained under harsh lights. They moved fast, silent, and deadly. Each one was a product of Earth's most secret program, the Ghost Program. Years ago, governments gathered the best warriors, soldiers, and scientists. They trained in shadows. They learned alien technology. They became something more than human. Now, they waited for the call. Commander Carter's arrival. Carter stood before the soldiers, his wounds healing but his eyes burning with fire. "Listen up," he said, voice low but strong. "We struck their outpost, but this is only the start. They know Earth can fight back. They will come for us harder than ever." The soldiers nodded. They were ready. "We have weapons they don't know about," Carter continued. "And we have training they can't match." He paused. "Tonight, we show the galaxy why Earth is no longer a weak planet." High Command Room. General Harper sat with his officers. On the large screen, the destroyed alien outpost flashed. "The Council is furious," Harper said. "We expect retaliation." A young officer spoke. "Sir, their fleets are moving closer to our system." Harper frowned. "Then it's time to wake the sleeping giants." Secret fleet activation. Miles below the surface, massive warships hummed to life. The hangar doors opened. Ships that had been hidden for decades now rose into the sky. Sleek, powerful, and armed with technology the aliens never dreamed Earth had. Carter's plan. Carter walked through the fleet, inspecting the ships. He stopped by the command ship, the Resolute. Captain Maya joined him. "We're ready for anything," she said. Carter nodded. "We strike first. We take the fight to them." Alien surveillance. Shock. On a distant alien world, sensors picked up strange signals. "Earth's fleet is moving," a technician reported. The council leaders gathered again. "How do they hide this?" one whispered. Zorak's face appeared on the hologram. "They trained a ghost. Now the ghost leads an army." Earth's first strike. Under cover of darkness, Earth's fleet jumped into space, silent and deadly. They moved fast toward the alien territories. In space, every second counted. Carter sat in the command chair, eyes fixed on the stars. "Let's remind them who we are." The silence of space shattered. Earth's fleet was inside enemy territory. Thousands of warships moved like shadows through the black void, ready for war. Commander Carter stood on the bridge of the Resolute, staring at the enemy fleet on the main screen. "They're bigger," one officer said nervously. "Stronger," another added. But Carter shook his head. "They are not ready for us." Alien Fleet Command. Alien Admiral Thrax looked at the incoming ships. "How dare Earth send their forces here?" he growled. "We will crush them." The alien fleet spread out, forming a giant wall of ships and weapons. The first shots were fired. The first clash. Explosions lit the darkness of space. Plasma beams cut through ships. Engines exploded. The battle was loud and brutal. Earth's fleet moved fast, attacking weak points in the enemy line. Carter gave orders calmly but firmly. "Focus fire on the left flank. Don't let them surround us." The Ghosts strike. Carter took his personal ship, a fast fighter called the Shadow Hawk, and flew into the chaos. He dodged enemy fire with skill no alien could match. He targeted command ships and destroyed their weapon systems. His moves were like a ghost, quick, invisible, deadly. The aliens feared him. Surprise attack. Suddenly, an alien fleet appeared from behind a nebula. They surrounded Earth's fleet. Carter's heart raced. "This is a trap," he said. He called for backup. But Earth's forces held strong. The turning point. Captain Maya, commanding the Resolute, launched a new weapon. A massive energy pulse spread through space, disabling enemy ships. One by one, alien vessels stopped moving. The battle changed. Earth's fleet pushed forward. Alien Commander Zorek's last stand. On the front lines, Zorek led a desperate attack. His ship blasted Earth's fighters, but Carter was ready. In a fierce dogfight, Carter faced Zorek's ship alone. They fired, dodged, and battled close. Finally, Carter landed a critical hit. Zorek's ship exploded in flames. Victory. For now. The alien fleet retreated. Earth's forces celebrated, but Carter knew this was not the end. They will come back stronger, he warned. But so will we. Sarah ran through the ruins with the child on her back. The colony was quiet now. Too quiet. The kind of silence that didn't feel right. She stopped on a rooftop and looked around. No patrols. No drones. No movement. Her implant blinked. 5 hours left before the bomb would destroy the Varnock base. She whispered to herself, almost done. But deep inside, something felt wrong. Too easy. Far away, inside the enemy base, the Varnock commander smiled. She took the bait, he said. A young officer nodded. Our false silence worked. Yes, the commander said. Now let her walk right into it. He stared at the screen. They had shut down patrols on purpose. They knew she would come for the final sweep, and they had prepared a trap just for her. Sarah reached an old factory building. Her scan showed an energy spike. That's their communications hub, she whispered. If she could destroy it before the bomb went off, it would cut off enemy backup. She placed the boy in a safe corner and gave him water. I'll be back, she said again. He held her hand tightly. She gently let go and moved inside the factory. It was dark. Dust in the air. Old machines stood like ghosts. Sarah moved slowly. Her eyes scanned every corner. No guards. No alarms. She didn't like it. She reached the central console and placed a second charge. Then, click. A sound behind her. She turned. Nothing. She stepped forward. Click. Again. Too late. The floor gave out beneath her. She dropped. She landed hard in a metal cage. Bright lights switched on all around her. Metal walls. Shielded roof. No way out. Sarah stood, calm, watching. Above her, the Varnock commander's voice came through a speaker. Well done, human, he said, but it ends here. Sarah didn't answer. You're alone, he said. We block your signal. No backup. No escape. And your bomb. It will never go off. We found it. Still, she stayed silent. Speak, the commander barked. Sarah looked up slowly. You made one mistake. And what's that? He asked. I'm never alone, she said. Up above, in the ruined building, the small child she saved had followed her footsteps. He saw where she fell. He didn't cry. He didn't panic. He just stared at the blinking light on her communicator and touched it. Back at Earth's nearest ship, a signal appeared. Weak, almost gone. But it was enough. Commander Hart saw it and stood up. That's Sarah's signal, he said. She's alive. Should we wait for the main fleet? His officer asked. Hart shook his head. No, he said. We go now. He turned to the crew. Prepare for warp. We rescue her, or we burn that colony down. Back in the cage, Sarah studied her surroundings. Energy shield. Reinforced steel. No weapons. Her gear was gone. Still, she smiled. Because the Varnock didn't understand humans. They thought strength came from muscle and weapons. But Sarah had something stronger. Training. Memory. Rage. She remembered every weak point in every alien design, and she saw it now. A crack in the wall behind her. Small. Hidden. But real. She rushed at it, full speed. The cage shook. Pain shot through her shoulder. Again. Again. On the fourth hit, sparks flew. She had damaged the energy shield. Outside, Guards rushed in. "Something's wrong with the cage," one shouted. "She's still inside," another said. But by the time they opened the door, she was gone. Sarah dropped down into the maintenance tunnels. Blood on her arm, sweat on her face, but her eyes, cold and focused. She found a storage room and grabbed a weapon. Just one pistol. Enough. She pulled a wire from her suit and connected to the base's mainframe. Her bomb, still active. They had moved it, but not disarmed it. 3 hours left. She whispered, "Time to finish this." In the shadows, the Varnock commander moved through the control room. His hands were shaking. "She escaped again?" he asked. "Impossible." A technician looked at him. "Sir, there's more. A human ship just dropped from warp. They're coming." The commander's face turned pale. "No," he said. "She signaled them." He grabbed a weapon. "Find her. Kill her, or we all die." But it was too late. Sarah was already on the move. One woman, one war, and now, backed by Earth's fury. Smoke covered the broken colony like a dark blanket. But beneath it, something worse moved. Fear. The Varnock soldiers didn't say it out loud, but they were scared. They whispered stories of the human woman in the shadows. Some called her a ghost. Others said she was death itself. And yet their commander refused to back down. "Send the next squad," he barked. "She can't take them all." 12 of their best soldiers geared up, heavily armed. Night vision. Scanners, trained to fight in any condition. Their goal was clear: find the human, kill her, and end this nightmare. They didn't know. They were already walking into it. Sarah Vale moved quietly through a collapsed building, the human child in her arms. The boy had no wounds, but he was cold, silent, and shocked. She wrapped him in her cloak, hiding him under a half-broken table deep underground. She knelt in front of him and said softly, "Don't move. Don't make a sound. I'll come back." The child's eyes were wide, but he nodded. Then Sarah turned and vanished into the smoke again. The elite squad was already in the sector. Their leader raised his hand. "She's close," he said. "Stay alert." They moved carefully, step by step, eyes scanning everything. One turned a corner. Gone. No gunfire, no shout, just silence. The others paused. "Where is Juro?" One whispered. No answer. Then another dropped. Then another. It all happened in less than a minute. 6 were dead. The others started to panic. From the shadows, Sarah watched them fall apart. She didn't rush. She waited. Then struck again. 2 more gone. Now only 4 left. They fired wildly into the dark. "She's not human," one screamed. "Fall back," another shouted. They ran, but she was faster. In under 5 minutes, the entire squad was gone. High above, the Varnock commander stared at the screen in disbelief. 12 of our best," he muttered. "No signals, no escape, no bodies. She's playing with us." Sarah returned to the child. Still safe, still hiding. She picked him up again, his small hand wrapped around her neck. He didn't speak, but his grip said everything. He trusted her, even if she didn't trust herself. Flashbacks hit her mind again. Training room, age 10. A man shouted, "Your mission is everything." No emotions, no mercy. She remembered standing over a dummy child during a simulation. They told her, if the child is a weakness, remove it. But she couldn't. They beat her for that. Still, she never changed. And now, even as the strongest soldier Earth had, she still couldn't turn off her heart. She moved quickly through the ruins, carrying the boy. Her implant showed the countdown -7 hours left until the base explodes. She needed to get the child to safety, then disappear before the blast. But something was wrong. A drone. Small, silent, flying overhead. It spotted her, She ducked behind a wall, but it was too late. The Varnak base got her location. The commander smiled for the first time in hours. Finally, he said, "Launch the hunters." 5 Varnak assassins dropped from the sky minutes later. Fast, silent, deadly, built for one job: kill high-level targets. They split into teams and rushed toward the last known signal. Sarah heard them before she saw them. She placed the boy in an old freezer unit, safe and hidden, and sealed it tight with her blade. "I'll be back," she whispered. Then she turned toward the assassins and smiled. They thought she would run. She didn't. She charged. The first assassin raised his blade, but she slid under it, grabbed his leg, twisted. Crack! He fell screaming. The second came from behind. Sarah grabbed a pipe and smashed it across his helmet. Sparks flew. 2 down, 3 to go. The third tried to shoot her. She used the dead assassin as a shield, took the shot, and threw a knife straight into his neck. Blood sprayed. 4 down, 1 left. This one was smarter. He tried to escape and call backup. Sarah chased him, leaped from a rooftop, and tackled him mid-air. They crashed through glass. She stood over him. "No one's coming," she said. Then silence. Back at the Varnak base, the commander watched the signals go dead again. 5 more gone. His hands shook. He sat back in his chair. "She's not a soldier," he whispered. "She's death in human skin." Sarah returned to the hidden freezer, opened it. The boy looked up at her. He smiled. For the first time, she smiled back. But her mission wasn't over. The bomb was still ticking. And the Varnak still had a surprise waiting for her. The alien base was in chaos. Fires spread through the lower levels. Systems failed one after another. The sound of sirens echoed everywhere. The lights flashed red. Commander Rain Carter ran through the hangar bay, bleeding but focused. His mission was almost complete. Behind him, explosions lit up the tunnels. Ahead of him, Earth's stealth ship, Phantom 7, descended slowly, silent like a ghost. But he wasn't alone. Alien Control Tower, Outpost 47. Commander Zorek slammed his hand on the control panel. "He's escaping," he roared. "Activate all turrets. Shoot down anything that flies." Red warning lights blinked on every screen. All units to the hangar. Block the Phantom. Hundreds of alien soldiers rushed through the halls toward the hangar. Executioners, the alien elite, were already moving in, cold and deadly. The final battle had begun. Inside Phantom 7, cockpit. Major Lynn sat calm in her command chair. "Carter is moving, but he's bleeding," her officer reported. "We have 5 minutes before enemy turrets lock on us." Lynn didn't blink. "We'll get him out, even if this ship doesn't come back." She activated the ship's auto turrets. Defense mode, full. Twin cannons on the Phantom's wings came to life. Hangar bay. Battle begins. Carter reached the edge of the hangar, where a group of alien guards waited. Too many to fight. He took cover behind a metal crate, pulled a tiny device from his belt, and pressed the button. Boom! A small but sharp blast hit the guards, knocking most of them down. Carter didn't waste a second. He ran forward, dodging shots, firing back with stolen alien weapons. Phantom 7 hovered just above the landing platform now, its side door open. Earth's crew was waiting. "Commander Carter, move," shouted a soldier. But Carter was hit. A plasma bolt struck his side. He fell, but not for long. Gritting his teeth, he pushed himself up and kept running. Alien troops close in. Behind him, executioners entered the hangar. 3 of them. Larger, stronger, faster. They raised their weapons and fired without hesitation. One blast tore through the air, barely missing Carter's head. Another hit a nearby ship, causing a chain reaction. Flames exploded across the hangar. Phantom 7 fired back. Boom. One executioner went down, but two kept coming. Carter reached the ramp of Phantom 7, but turned around. His face was calm, but fierce. He aimed carefully and fired a grenade. Boom. The second executioner flew into the wall. Only one remained. This one was different. Taller. Armor glowing red. The leader of the executioners. Carter versus the executioner leader. The final executioner dropped his weapon and charged. Carter, badly wounded, didn't run. He stood his ground. The two slammed into each other. Metal against bone. Fist against fist. Carter hit fast, but the executioner was stronger. He was thrown to the floor. The executioner raised his blade, but Carter rolled aside, grabbed a fuel pipe from the ground, and smashed it into the alien's face. Sparks flew. The executioner staggered. Carter reached for a plasma knife and stabbed it into the alien's chest. A scream echoed through the hangar. The executioner collapsed. Carter breathed heavily, then turned to the ship. Phantom 7, takeoff. Two soldiers helped Carter into the ship as it lifted off. Alien turrets locked on. Shields up, Major Lin shouted. Zap, zap. Turrets fired plasma rounds, shaking the ship. The shields held, for now. Get us out, Lin ordered. The Phantom rose faster, smoke below, fire all around. One last missile launched from the base. It hit the rear wing. Boom. The ship shook hard. We lost stabilizers, a pilot shouted. We're going down, yelled another. No, Lin growled. Switch to silent glide. Head for upper orbit. We'll disappear. The Phantom adjusted its engines, turned invisible, and vanished from all enemy radar. They were gone. Inside the Phantom, medical bay. Carter lay on the table, his side wrapped in bandages. Major Lin stood beside him. You did it, she said. He gave a weak smile. Still breathing. That's a win. You got the intel. Carter reached into his vest and handed her the small data chip. Everything. Locations, weapon plans, secret council codes. Lin held it like gold. This changes everything, she whispered. Carter nodded. But they're angry now. They'll come. Lin looked out the window, at the stars. Let them. The alien base was falling apart from the inside. Lights flickered, doors jammed. Guards ran in every direction, confused and afraid. The cameras were still dead. The power systems were slowly failing. Someone had turned the outpost into a trap, and only one man was behind it. The human. The ghost. Commander Rain Carter of Unit X9. Command Room. Outpost 47. Commander Zorek slammed his fist on the table. This is war, he shouted. Find him. I want that human dead. Dozens of scanners lit up. Flying drones searched the halls. Trained hunter squads were sent out. Heat sensors swept every room. They searched every floor, every vent, every corner. But Carter was always one step ahead. He had studied their movements. He knew their routines. He had even planted false signals to confuse them. The aliens were not hunting him. He was hunting them. Underground tunnel, Sector 3. A squad of 5 alien hunters moved carefully through the dark. Be ready, their captain said. He could be anywhere. Suddenly, the lights went out. Darkness. Complete silence. Then thud, a sound behind them. The squad turned quickly. Who's there? Thud again. This time, closer. The captain raised his blaster. Show yourself. Then, smoke filled the tunnel. Someone moved fast through the smoke. Too fast to see. One by one, the hunters dropped. Hit in the neck. Hit in the leg. Knocked out cold. Only the captain remained. He fired blindly, but his weapon jammed. Then he heard a whisper in the dark. Wrong hunt. A hand grabbed his collar, and everything went black. Alien High Council. Urgent transmission. From Outpost 47, a broken message was sent across space. Unknown human. Unstoppable. Request backup. Please. The signal ended with static. The council members watched in silence. He's alone. One leader asked. Yes. Only one human. The room stayed quiet. A general finally spoke. Send the executioners. All of them. Carter inside the alien ship hangar. Carter moved silently behind crates and fuel tanks. He scanned the area. There were dozens of small alien ships parked. One of them had the symbol he needed, a communication ship. He reached into his pocket and took out a small black cube. It unfolded into a hologram, a blueprint of the ship. He smiled. This was his exit plan, but not yet. First, he had to finish what he started. Alien Commander Zorak's office. Zorak stood by the window, staring out at the dark sky. This isn't just about one human, he said quietly. Lieutenant Kree nodded. Then what is it about? Zorak looked at her with cold eyes. This is a message. Earth is telling us they are no longer weak, no longer alone. They've trained ghosts. And now, they've sent one to knock on our door. Suddenly, a loud explosion shook the base. The power died completely. Zorak grabbed his communicator. All squads. Report. No answer. Only silence. Deep in the power room. Carter stood over a broken energy core. Sparks flew everywhere. A warning alarm started ringing in the background. Core unstable, the computer said. Evacuate immediately. He looked around one last time. Mission was almost complete. Now it was time to leave. Meanwhile, in orbit, Major Lin aboard Phantom 7 received the signal. Extraction in 20 minutes, she told her crew. Begin descent. The black stealth ship started moving toward the planet, still invisible. No one saw it coming. Back at Outpost 47, the executioners had arrived. Tall, armored aliens with glowing red eyes and powerful plasma weapons. Zorak gave the order. Find the human. Kill on sight. No mercy. They moved fast. These weren't normal soldiers. They were killers. Silent. Brutal. But so was Carter. And he had something they didn't, a reason. This wasn't just a mission. This was Earth's answer to years of alien threats. Carter found himself face to face with one of them in the engine hall. The executioner raised his weapon. So did Carter. They both fired. Boom! The explosion threw both of them across the hall. Carter rolled, injured but alive. The executioner didn't move. Carter looked at him and whispered, "You're not the only one trained to kill." She was a one-woman war. The enemy fleet surrounded Earth's ships. Dark shadows against the stars. Commander Hart's voice was calm but firm. This is it. We fight for Earth. Sarah stood at the front, ready. Her body was tired, but her spirit was strong. She held the child's hand tightly. The battle began. Explosions shook the ships. Lasers flashed like lightning. Sarah fought with everything she had. Her training kicked in. She moved like a storm, precise and deadly. The enemy pushed hard. Earth's fleet was breaking. Sarah saw a chance. She took a small fighter ship and flew straight into the enemy flagship. Inside, the battle was fierce. Sarah moved silently, using every trick she learned. She reached the enemy core, the power source for their ships. If she destroyed it, the whole fleet would stop. Her heart pounded. She placed the explosives carefully. Just as she was about to leave, the enemy commander appeared. He was huge and powerful. They fought hand to hand. Blows crashed like thunder. Sarah was pushed to her limit, but she remembered why she fought. For Earth. For the child. For every life that depended on her. With one final move, she defeated the commander. The explosives detonated. The enemy fleet collapsed. Ships fell one by one. Earth's fleet cheered. Sarah flew back to the flagship. Commander Hart greeted her with respect. "You saved us all." Sarah looked at the stars. She was no longer just one soldier. She was a legend. Forged by Earth's military, she had become a one-woman war.